kingdom from the concrete. Overpower, Prodigy. Yeah, the crown is what I came for. Overpower, Prodigy.
Hello, hello. Welcome back. Ruh-roh, Shaggy. Too many tabs open. There we go. That's better. Round 8, Lawrence Ross against Doug Sims. I actually don't know if either of them has a chance to make the playoffs at 4-3. With going to 5-3, depends on how many players and how the brackets work out. I think 6-2 automatically makes it to top 8. Another Asclepieion deck against Baker Street. Ooh. Is that Invisible Man I see? That's sick. So we have Solo Max 8s. Leo and Wukong. Lawrence has Mummy and John Carter for double teammate protection. And then lots of heal stuff. Looks like Doug has some Baker Street with Joan. Victory providing some defense from the back. Invisible Man and Joan both with Baker Street triggers. So Doug has a lot of stuff he's going to be spending his turns doing. Lawrence says, please let me see that Invisible Man card because I don't know what it does. And that says exchange this card for any power card in your draw pile. Very nasty in the power pack. Doesn't have to be one playable by Invisible Man. You can go just fetch another 8 with it or whatever, and then you'll draw that same special later because it is an exchange. Looks like another Cloud Surfing hand 1. Both players drew 2 teamworks. Doug drawing a 7 and an 8 power card hand 1. That's nice. A heal card for Lawrence. That'll be good later. Not so great right now. He shows him the Invisible Man. I believe that's a 5 combat. And says cannot be defended by a special, I think. Could be wrong. Lawrence places a 7 to the Mummy. Also has his Cloud Surfing. Won't draw him a card right now, but is a nice avoid for anybody on the team. So Doug's up a card this hand. I expect to see at least a bid 2. Maybe 3. Yeah, he goes 2. Both players 2 cards remaining, 6 placed. Lawrence doesn't even think about it. 1 and run. There's a Mummy card and a 3. Doug had a 6 and a 7. Doug couldn't actually have 1, 2, 3'd him there, but Lawrence didn't know that. Oof. 1 dupe for Doug, 2 dupes for Lawrence. Places that 8. Another teamwork for Doug. Lawrence draws his own 8. Leo team avoid. That's pretty nice. Pretty mirrored placements going on. And Doug's played against a lot of Asclepieion too, so I have to imagine he knows you gun for the same guy and you got to take him out that round. You can't do damage and then run away because then you're subject to them having initiative and healing up. And with no negator on your team, you have one negate in your whole deck to stop healing shenanigans. The question is, do you go for Mummy or John Carter? You gotta go for Mummy, right? It's pretty much built in a way where it's like impossible to take down Wukong. He's already good at defending himself, and he has the full heal for himself, which removes current battle hits too. And then you have Mummy protecting him from power cards, John Carter protecting him from anything. Doug debating how much to wager. These gentlemen are not using dice, so I cannot tell. I think that's a 2-bet. Lawrence bets 1, but he wants to stay in and take some damage. Doug tries to play Shield Phalanx. No, he plays Invisible Man's. He can avoid any attack with a 1 through 8 intellect for the remainder of the game, making him a bit more hardy. I do like this combat intellect hybrid that Doug's got going on. We have no Nemo or no Count, but he found a good way to mix those two suits. There's a lot of overlap with ERB characters. There's a lot of intelligence combat characters. Interesting to start the turn with that. Maybe he just wants to get it out, make sure it gets played in case Lawrence runs again. You never have more options than the first action of the fight. Lawrence thinking through what he wants to do. Yeah, I like going for Joan. I haven't seen EFL yet. Or any of her cards. And he hasn't placed anything to her, so if you can get her out, there are going to be 5 to 6, maybe 7 unusables in Doug's deck. To 4 make an additional, coming from I'm not sure who. Decides to take it. Sun Woozy 6, discard a placed universe if it hits. He's going to definitely block that. Question is he going to spend the fairy already or spend that 7? He might need it as follow-up to a teamwork. Lots of teamwork showing. These decisions matter quite a bit. He does spend the 7. Spending that aspect, and he's going for John Carter, not Mummy. That's interesting. Maybe that's just because Mummy has a 7 placed to him. Five can't be defended by a special. Pretty sure that says. If that hits, Lawrence might be a little bit worried. decides to take it. There's a lot of combat in Doug's deck. Invisible Man has combat, Leo has combat, combat power cards for Leo, and Joan has combat. So really the 4 is more annoying than the 5. Counterattack, teamwork on Joan. Was he down to just trade John Carter for Joan? I probably would be, considering you've seen 2 John Carter cards and 0 of Jones, but he doesn't know Doug's holding a fairy. There it is. He is deciding to throw the 3rd. It's gotta have a bonus, so I kind of like throwing that at Leo. I mean, you've seen a lot of power cards, but if Invisible Man blocks it with like a 1 or a 2, that's kind of a feels bad. I like gunning for Leo. You make him spend the Leo team avoid, because he can't block it with his own 8 if it's that bonus from the teamwork. Should be coming across as a 9. Yeah. Good play, Lawrence. Big old venture smack. Takes it. Now he's going to go fetch a power card. Guessing he's going to grab a 7 intellect. You don't have to I don't think you have to show him. But what a guy. You're going to have to show him once the rules get updated. I'm pretty sure as of right now you don't have to show him what you're getting. But soon the rules will be anytime a card fetches something specific, you do have to show it. That's to prevent, people from grabbing stuff they're not supposed to. Which is very rude and unfortunate if that ever happens, but maybe Doug's just getting used to the new rule ahead of time. Does Lawrence want to run or keep fighting? Negating off the 5. Love that play. Buy himself some time. I like the target switching just to play around that mummy. Teammate avoid a power card. But you got to take somebody out because if Doug has to run or lose his venture here, there's a bunch of stuff for Lawrence to heal. It could go bad for him. Decides to take it. Very interesting. Yep, 8 at Leo. Now that 8's gone. Tough decision for Doug. Wow, he takes it. 6 for the kill at the mummy. Or no, wait, that's not for the kill. Because there's no energy icon. Colorless at the mummy is not that scary. Yep, just take it. There's the 5 multi. You have to stop that one. Oh wow, he had a Freya in hand. So he did have a couple options to block. Doug's sitting on 24 venture to Lawrence's 20. Some big hits. Both sides still have a team avoid. And he does throw. He's going to spend the cloud surfing so that he can send his own teamwork back and take Leo. Oh, oh. And he draws. He draws a card. Oh, wow. Oh, and a 6 off the top, so he gets to save the 7. Oh, it's so bad for Doug. He had a fairy, and he protected Joan, but not Leo. He's only seen one of his specials, and he loses the venture, and now Lawrence has stuff to heal. Wow. What a battle. That is insane. Now that heal card is live, and Lawrence has initiative, and there's 2 Leo-only cards. Him being the only 8 means all the 8s power cards, all the 300s, and the 6 are dead. That's crazy. There's transformation trickery. Victory, draw 4. Ooh, okay. Mummy 7 that'll heal. Power card on victory that he can use to discard to get that draw 4. Doug's not out of this. I mean, he's not out yet, but it's just a devastating blow. There's some Joan cards. The 8. Love seeing Invisible Man. Lawrence placing at 2. Doug placing a teamwork. And an ally and a Merlin. He went with a full place out, so he's definitely going to run. How greedy can Lawrence be with 4 in hand? Ten to 6, and Doug does have his 1 Merlin to stop the heal. Like a bit of 3 or 4 here. Went either 3 or 4. Doug's deciding, do I even want to draw? Decides he doesn't want to draw. Oh, wow, he had a fairy too. Oof, that's a telling sign. John Carter, teammate, avoid duplicate. But he does have the trickery to make sure that that gets some value. Shift something else if John Carter becomes a target. And Doug does not have a lot of cards with energy icon in his deck, so that ally is pretty clutch for maybe KOing the mummy. Lawrence goes 2 for the win. Doug goes 2 for the euchre. All Lawrence has to do here is win venture. 3, blocked with a 3. Heal. There's the Merlin. Doug doesn't even think about it. Three for a 3. Victory draw 4. Merlin. I think that was Doug's out, drawing 4 cards there. Oof. Oof. Yeah, that may have been a mistake to snap negate the heal. I mean, I was also thinking, like, what else is he going to have that you really need to negate? But you're losing 4 cards here now, so that sucks. He goes, hold on, let me take it back. I'm going to throw this 3 ally first for the kill. Gonna trickery it to the monkey. Now there's the Gemini. He's gonna go grab the victory draw 4. Not even gonna pretend to grab something else. Tempting to throw that Mummy 7 to trigger a Asclepieion heal, but if Doug has a 7, anybody can block with it, so yeah, he's gonna chuck it anyways. Takes it. I thought he had a 7. Maybe not. Heal, draw. And the Mummy can make an attack. Five multi. Draw 4. Okay. 2 power card fetches, Invisible Man cards. 1 from Power Pack, 1 from Draw Pile, a Freya, and in any hero. Is that a mill? Mill 5? That's pretty crazy. Need to talk to Doug about what's going on there. Yeah, it's part of his late game strategy, but he doesn't have Roundtable. He can't place it. So what's it doing the 80% of games you don't draw it in Power Pack, or 90%? I think that's the mill. Maybe it's the... No, yeah, it's not Princess in the P. It's got to be the mill. Any hero we don't see very often. Invisible Man taking a 4. And a 2. Takes it. I think Doug has an 8 any power in his hand, which he can use to block, so... He can protect Invisible Man. There it is. Grabs a card from the Power Pack. He can attack face down. See, I would have liked to see him grab the 6 intellect instead of that 8 any, because the 6 intellect you can also use to attack, but it still works as an avoid for Invisible Man. 8, that will draw the Freya. He's just got to win Venture. Exchange to go grab another power card. He is stopping most of Lawrence's stuff, but he's still so behind on Venture. That Reaper just neutered him. I think there's nothing he could do at that point. Lawrence still having the avoid. It's 11-3 Venture-wise. Oh wow, Lawrence runs. He would have won. Would have won the game. 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5, 16, 10, 11. Oh, never mind. He would have lost Venture by 1. Oh no, he has the avoid, so he would have. He would have won the game. Because Doug took that 8 instead of a 6. Which is defense only. But the power of bluffing. Power of bluffing in this game. They had 4 cards in hand. Lawrence didn't want to deal with it. Didn't want the smoke. Didn't want to lose Venture and potentially lose Wukong. And I respect it. Plus, yeah, there we go. Dupe Joan 4 and another Leo 300. Lawrence has a dupe 6. There's EFL finally. A little late. Wukong 11. 8. Another 8. Drew some bombs. Lawrence very methodical, and it's doing well for him. Doug bids 1. Lawrence goes 2. And Doug runs. 654, mummy teammate. Doug out to stop a teamwork and a victory. Teammate avoid. It's pretty much useless because she's going to be the one he's gunning for. 7 combat, only usable by Leo. And a dupe Invisible Man exchange card. Norris draws an event. May choose one character. +2 to all actions. Oh, no. I'm sorry. This is no cards with an intelligence icon count to venture. Rutro Spaghettio. Hope Doug drew his Hades. Get to see any Billy cards on Lawrence's side. Two for the win, 2 for the euchre. Here we are. We're back. So Lawrence knows, do not attack Invisible Man, because he can block everything with those little intelligence cards. Whereas they're ventureless on attacking, so. Just chuck the 11 at victory for the KO. Goes with a teamwork to Joan. Takes it. Eight for the kill. Oh, the St. Michael. Nice. There's a 6 comboing with the FL at Mr. John Carter. Takes it. And a Grim Reaper. Shift and then teammate avoid. No 4 cards for you, he says. Four at Joan for the kill. Down she goes. 11, he blocks with the 1. Guess it's adventureless. Exchange. Grab a power card. He's gonna be running out of power cards. And there's the handshake. GG's. Lots of numbers left on his side. Doug did have I'm in your house to show me, make him show all of his cards. Discard one with Baker. But taking one card is not enough. Insurmountable venture amounts on Lawrence's side. So, yeah, love seeing Invisible Man. That was cool. Very, very tough to keep up with the amount of venture that's in Lawrence's deck, especially when you're adding the heal shenanigans on top of it. But yeah, good game. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. I love seeing Invisible Man. Some more Baker stuff coming next set, so curious to see if we'll see a little more of him, especially with his 16-point promo. I've heard rumblings of Reserve Invisible Man. He's doing some stuff. His cards are cool. They're pretty unique, but bro just brings no venture, and it is a bit unfortunate. But yeah, that was a great round 8, and catch me for the next one. Peace out.